Hello, I'm Jessica Amir for the Finance News Network. Today I'm with Immutep CEO Marc Voigt. Marc, thanks for coming and welcome back.
Thank you so much.
So for those that don't know Marc, Immutep is an immuno-oncology cancer company, also focusing on autoimmune diseases, but maybe you could just give us a quick introduction to the company and tell us about immunotherapy.
Immutep is a biotech company. We are globally active. Probably the most important key characteristic is that we are leading with LAG-3 in terms of the most important immune checkpoint beyond the approved ones, so PD-1 and CTLA-4.
And Marc, you've recently signed two new agreements in 2018, one with Merck and one with Pfizer. Just tell us about the agreements and what they mean to Immutep.
In March this year, we signed an agreement with US Merck, or MSD, in terms of a clinical trial collaboration and supply agreement. And in September this year, we have been able to sign a second agreement of that sort, also for eftilagimod alpha, so both agreements are for eftilagimod alpha, our lead program, and it's with Pfizer and German Merck. So there are two Mercks existing. This is sometimes confusing people.
And what do you think the attraction is really for these companies to collaborate with IMM?
So I believe we have a very interesting lead program candidate, eftilagimod alpha. It's an immune activator or antigen-presenting cell activator. And the current data suggests that it works synergistically with anti-PD-L1 therapies. And I believe that this is needed for the patients in order to improve the monotherapy, which is currently in some indications standard of care.
And now, Marc, if you wouldn't mind explaining the two different agreements. So you've signed one with Merck Germany and the other with Merck US. You signed that earlier this year. Just explain the two differences.
These are two different products. Merck US is dealing with a blockbuster drug, Keytruda is the name, and we have already clinical experience in terms of Keytruda plus eftilagimod with, I believe, very encouraging results. And with Pfizer and German Merck, they managed together avelumab, another antibody, anti-PD-L1, also an approved product. And both collaborations deal with clinical trials, clinical experience of the combination of the respective programs from our partners and eftilagimod alpha.
And Marc, how are the preparations for TUCD002, the clinical trial, going, and when are you likely to recruit patients?
It's an important clinical trial, up to 110 patients, which will be conducted in the United States, Australia, and UK and Spain. We will have three different clinical settings, so first and second line non-small cell lung cancer and head and neck cancer. And we would like to commence from a regulatory point of view before end of this year, and then to recruit the first patients probably early next year.
And Immutep is partnering with a lot of profound companies, 5 of the largest pharma companies in the world, but maybe you can tell us about your other collaborations and how they're going.
Yeah, indeed. So we have collaborations with Novartis, GSK, Pfizer and the two Mercks. And with Novartis, it's going very well, I believe. Novartis initiated during 2018 two additional clinical trials. So they doubled the clinical trial program for the partner product, which they call LEG-525. We call it IMP701. And they now aim to recruit more than 900 patients. So it's a massive investment, even for a big company like Novartis. For GSK, the situation is similar. That's an autoimmune disease product. They finished phase 1 in March this year. And they will move ahead in colitis and expect clinical proof of concept in 2020. And for us, the situation is very good to have a balanced pipeline, so 2 fully partnered programs with no expenses, but milestone payments, and 2 assets which we are developing ourselves.
And changing pace now, where do you see the biggest opportunity for Immutep currently?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we have so many things going on, but I believe that data will define the success and the valuation of our business. And data is what we are going to create, especially in 2019. So we have a lot of milestones ahead. The first readout from our biggest clinical trial called APEC is expected second half of next year. Final data from TUCD, another clinical trial. First data from the Merck collaboration, first data from the Merck-Pfizer collaboration. And this is just for our lead program, eftilagimod. Also, the newest member of the LAG-3 family, IMP761, will hopefully deliver interesting results. We just completed a preclinical study and hope to publish the results next year as well.
And lastly, Marc, what's the next big milestone out on the horizon?
First of all, the data. We have multiple clinical trials which are reading out. Next year, we have just had a nice presentation at SITC in Washington past weekend. We are going to see more data, and of course we are always active in business development, and this is what we have to do in order to be successful in the future. So a lot of milestones, a lot of important milestones to come.
Wonderful. Marc Voigt, thank you so much for your insights and for the update.
Thank you, it was a pleasure.